Okay. Welcome back to my Doom Eternal playthrough. Now, I'm hoping I've fixed a problem that I encountered with this game. I noticed that, first up, well, there's a few problems actually I've had. First up was a problem with the game looking washed out, decidedly washed out when I was recording it. And I've not noticed that in any of my other games that I've been recording using OBS. And I did a little bit of investigating, and transpires that I needed to change a setting in OBS for some games that you have a high dynamic range set on. These games, they don't display properly, so the colours look very washed out, and that's what was happening. Now, I'd already played through this. I already got quite a few recordings done when I noticed this. I should have noticed it with the other two videos that I've done, but I only noticed it when I came back and looked at these, and the other two had already done and moved on. Now, what I've had to do is, well, that was part of the problem. The other part is Doom Eternal had an update. I think it was sometime last year. And this update, well, it was late last year, I think, incorporated a new way of loading the game. If you wanted to put mods in there, and unfortunately what has happened is I think it's created some issues with the game, and the game saves in particular. When I've been saving the game, what in the hell is that? Okay. When I've been saving the game, just get back to it. What has been happening is the game's been freezing, and I've basically had to, do your Control-Alt-Delete and close the program, close the game that way. And when it loads back, it then loads back right at the very end of the level. Thankfully, I've not had to play through the entire levels again until this afternoon. Now, I'd recorded quite a bit of this game, and unfortunately, it's all gone a bit wrong, to put no too fine a point on it. My playthrough's kind of gone a bit wrong because it's not saved properly. Now, I was faced with two things to do. One was to start the whole playthrough again, because I've only uploaded 2 videos at this point. And sort of hope for the best. Hope I could try and blag my way through it, because you're going to see I've got some weapons here that I shouldn't have. And that's because the other thing I could do was reload these missions in and play through them. my hope is that I will be able to continue to play through these missions when I get to the end of them. It's not just going to be this mission and then that's it. It was either that or start the whole thing again, and I didn't want to do that. I do find Doom Eternal a little bit frustrating. It's not my favourite of the Doom games. I don't hate it by any stretch, but it does drive me a little bit mad. It is much more of an acquired taste than other Doom games. Oh hell, that was close. Doom Eternal, it was an attempt to do something different. I will marry it up to Doom 2 in the sense that when Doom 2 come out, it contained a lot more verticality and platforming in some levels, not all, in some levels. And this was to sort of try to show that the game engine had improved. The problem with all of that is they tried to do this with Doom 2, and here's my thing. I don't have a problem with that per se, but it's too much. It's too much. There's too much of this vertical jumping around nonsense. And I don't really like that. I understand platforming in a Doom game, don't get me wrong. It has been in there to some extent, not so much in the original Doom. In the original Doom, like doing a sprint, because there was no jump in the original Doom. So people that say, oh, Doom always had like platforming like there is in this. No, it didn't, because there was no jump key. If these people have only experienced Doom by playing it through Jeezy Doom, well, that's why you would say something like that. You see here, like I've already got the suit token and what have you. I'm just saying this is why these things are, because I've had to go back and I've had to go back and try and do this again, which I'm not overly impressed about having to do, but it's been necessary, unfortunately, because things went wrong with the save. Things just went wrong in general with it, it's been very annoying. To put no too fine a point on it. This has been a bit of a cursed playthrough so far, So I thought, well, the best thing I can do is just reload the missions and, try and at the very least do a better quality playthrough than what I have done. Also, finally, when I was playing through, I was in a very, very bad mood. If you follow me on X, you'll know that I ordered Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem, last week off Amazon, and had a delivery date of today. This is Saturday. Why I wasn't getting it on launch day, I don't know. Wasn't happy about that. And then to compound it all, I wake up this morning, I go to check what time it's going to be delivered. I have Amazon Prime, so I pay for Prime, pay for the perks that come with Amazon Prime. Only to find out that I'm not getting the game today. In fact, I'm not getting the game until the middle of March, which I'm not very happy about, because somebody who plays games a lot, follows a lot of gaming accounts on social media, so on and so forth. Now, basically I'm at the mercy of spoilers for this game. Spoilers killed Resident Evil The Village, Resident Evil 8, with the whole Lady Dimitrescu and all that kind of stuff. And now, I'm going to be faced with that nonsense again. With Resident Evil 9, I pre-ordered it so I could get it played, avoid spoilers. And now, thanks to Amazon and their shoddy delivery, their shoddy system, I basically am going to have to, avoid social media type places for the next 2 weeks at the very least. There's absolutely no reason that they can't deliver this, except from the fact that they obviously have some kind of extremely crap stock control or ordering system. They did. There's, I can only assume he's an AI bot, responded to me on social media with the usual platitude of sorry, you got the usual crap. And I knew it was a load of rubbish, because they offered no explanation as to why it had been delayed. There was no explanation offered. Do I need to go back in there? Or can I hop through here? Oh yeah, I can hop through there. That's handy. They offered no explanation as to why something that I had ordered, and somebody that pays for Amazon Prime to get things in good time, there was literally no explanation offered at all as to why it had been delayed. So I wasn't in a very good mood going into playing Doom Eternal, which is not a great combo, because Doom Eternal is a tough game. Well, I find it tough anyway. I'm not very good at platforming. I do like platformers, but I'm not very good at them. Now, 2D ones I'm not too bad at, but 3D platforming, no. I've never been able to get my head around it. And this is very heavy with that. Hang on. I really don't like these guys. And so, I then go into playing this in a bad mood, and yeah, it wouldn't have made for great viewing anyway. I was angry, I was irritated, and I can't honestly say that the playthrough was very good anyway, so there was many factors as to why I've redone this. This has kind of put me under a bit of pressure in terms of getting this content out as well, because normally I would do this on a Saturday morning. This is now a Saturday night, or sort of early Saturday evening, trying to replay through as best I can. Bugged that up, didn't I? You know, trying to replay this as best as I possibly can to you know, try and well, clearly that's not the way I should be doing it, so why did I do it again that time? Oh, I've got to... Yeah, and the playthrough, like I say, there was a fair amount of anger, to say the least, aggression, and it just wasn't a very good playthrough either. I'm one of them people that, you know, when I'm not in a good mood, I'm not in a good mood, and when I sort of look back on my mood afterwards, you know, I'm sort of like, not really happy about that. Oh hell, what have I... And this is not a game, like I say, for me to play this when I'm in a sort of bad mood. Not a good idea. Because boy, this game will piss you off, as it's doing right now, in fact. But yeah, on top of everything else, Bethesda broke it. They've actually managed to break a 6-year-old video game with an update that they did, I think it was towards the back end of last year, which is quite special, really, when you think about it. I mean, you know, Bethesda do have the nickname Bugthesda, but to actually manage to do it to a game that's already been out and was working okay, that's quite the achievement, you know, even by their standards. But just going back to sort of Doom Eternal itself, I'm not... it's okay, it's good, but I put this at the bottom pile of the Doom games for me. There's too much jumping about, and I think it makes for a relatively poor gaming experience for people that are fans, purist fans of Doom, fans of the OG Doom. With Doom 2016, I think nailed the balance between modern gaming and the classic Doom. This to me is like the last Jedi of Doom games. I think that, you know, some people will either, you know, it's one of them, people will go, well, you either love it or hate it. But I think that there are very clear problems with this game. Platforming and first-person shooters is it's something you really do have to get right. It's not something that it's not an undertaking that you can go about very, very lightly, because if you get it wrong, it's a disaster. I always say the best example was Half-Life. How Half-Life did it was the best, but it was quite close. You know, there were times, you know, even with a game as great as Half-Life and Half-Life 2, they sailed quite close to the wind. This is a complete cock up for me with a lot of it, because it's too much of it. You know, showing a degree of restraint with this type of stuff is always preferable. You know, if you're a game developer, just because you can put something in there doesn't mean to say that you should. Keeping a degree of restraint, I think, is very, very important. They lean too much into low ammo management. This game is very fast-paced. It's very intense. There's too many damn keys. I mean, if we can take stock here, if you look at the bottom display, and I'll go from left to right, you've got left shift, which does this. You've got E, which is the blood punch, which I'm not about to do because it's a recharging thing. So there's two key. This is on top of your movement, your WASD movements, and the space bar for jump. You've then got RC, left control, and G, and F. Now, why? They've packed it full of what I call, like, useless guff. The chainsaw, for example, that's become a necessity, a limited fuel thing that's necessary for you to be able to restock ammunition, because there's a serious ammo shortage in the game, you know. Not just in terms of what's lying around available, but how much you can carry, which is, you know, in essence, the problem. And Doom Eternal exacerbates this. You know, to a really ridiculous extent. They've made ammo a game, almost like an RPG mechanic, which to my mind is ridiculous. This is Doom. You know, Doom players, classic Doom players, want to be worrying about ammo management. It was in the original to a limited extent, but nowhere near to the extent that it's in the reboots of Doom. And I always used to think it was bad enough in Doom Eternal. But in Doom 2016, it is, whoa, Christ, it is absolutely ridiculous levels. I mean, I'm at full ammo now with this super shotgun, and it's 20 shells. You know, that is pathetic. By any metric, that is pathetic. And the fact is your chainsaw has limited fuel. So, you know, just consider now, you know, you're factoring that into the whole thing. You've got health management, and it's just too much. And you're a fast-paced first-person shooter. You cannot be all of those things. You just can't. Not for me anyway. I mean, maybe some people like it, but I certainly don't. This game doesn't know what it wants to be. It really doesn't know what it wants to be. And that's its big problem. It could have been exceptional. It could have been by far the best Doom game ever. But it has an identity crisis. What do you want to be? Do you want to be a first-person shooter? Do you want to be an RPG? Do you want to be, you know, like a fast-paced platformer with shooty elements in it? What is it? Do you want? What is it you want to be? Doom Eternal doesn't know, and it doesn't make for a great experience a lot of the time. And then other times, it really does excel, and that's what I mean. It's a game that drives me mad, and I find it enjoyable, sort of in equal measure, as weird as that might sound. Because when it's good, it's exceptional. When it's bad, it's absolutely bloody awful. And the worst parts are these, actually the shooting sections like this. Because of the limited ammunition. And it spoils it. It's just... Here I am again now. Like... I just... It beggars belief. I'm just going to go radio silent here for a minute while I try and do all this. Now, you know, I will be the first to admit I am not great these days at video games. You know, I'm getting on. I don't have the response times that I used to, but I'm not completely shit at video games. You know, I do have some ability. But, dear God, like, Doom Eternal really... I don't know. I want to... I play it in certain moments. I think this is great, and then there'll be other moments in it where I just really want to, you know, set the damn thing on fire and send it on out the door. And it's a shame. This should be the undisputed champ of Doom games for me, but it isn't.
Your salvation lies in his destruction. The myth of the Slayer's strength is exposed now to us. Can you see it, brothers? He has lost the resolve to continue. Eat his soul. I must survive this. Protect me in my time of need, and you will secure your place in the new world.
I mean, don't anyone else find that a bit ridiculous, by the way? One punch from the Slayer would disintegrate these idiots. You know, that would be what would... I mean, I hit him with the shotgun at point blank range there, if you were wondering what happened, but that should be what happens for those type of weakling characters.
Your super shotgun is nearby.
So you see, like they're saying about the super shotgun being nearby, I've already got it. It's literally because I've already played this part out, so it'd be interesting to see what happens at the end of this, whether it does roll on or whether I end up having to load in the next bit. That's going to be quite problematical going forward, just thinking about it. But literally it is down to the fact that what I had recorded was unusable, really. In all fairness, it just wasn't good. So do I have to engage? I suppose I do have to engage in the combat down here. It's kind of insisting on it, isn't it? It's not giving me any ways to avoid it, so...
Attention, all mortally challenged personnel. The Slayer is inside the facility. Please proceed with aggression.
He just seems to be happy to just stand there and not do much. I think it's a way of saving ammo. Oh, bloody hell. Well, there was the way of saving ammo, I suppose. Oh hell. Oh, these things really are. They were kind of annoying in Doom 2016, but they've taken that annoyance to a whole new level. He says as he relatively easily dispatches that one, but now we're back to low ammo. Wonderful. See, insufficient fuel, and then suddenly you get the fuel back, you know. Open wide. But yeah, I don't understand the sort of logic behind this sort of the gameplay loops for Doom Eternal. I'd like to sit down and hear an interview with the developer or something as to the sort of gameplay decisions that were made and why they were made. I'm curious as to learn why it was done the way that it was, why it doesn't look, but feels so different to Doom 2016, which people really enjoyed. People love Doom 2016. I'm not doing them things in this playthrough. They're not compulsory, so I'm not doing them. But I would like to know what the thought process was, because it is annoying. Speaking of annoying, what is that? Oh, it's that. This is colossally annoying. This is probably one of the more fun aspects of Doom Eternal. Getting to control one of these things. You too can be a revenant.
Neural connection successful. You are now in control of the Revenant drone. You may use it to reclaim.
You see, like, the moments like this are great. Actually, didn't know. Let's see if he can. Can he do? No, he can't. Oh, so he can't do a glory kill. It'd have been funny to have done one as a revenant. Arguably one of the best parts of Doom Eternal. So I've got that again, which I've already had. Bye bye. Thank you for your service. Rather annoyingly, you can't chainsaw those guys. All of them. Actually, it should have. I should remember any future playthrough to go for that one. It's got does have a healthy supply of ammunition in there.
Attention, all cultist base personnel. Please destroy the Slayer. The priest must survive. I repeat, the priest must survive.
This is quite a lengthy mission, this one, because well, it's one of the main is sort of one of the main elements to the game. You know, I think one of the key things to dealing with the platforming in this is just to sort of... Oh, I missed this. I missed that from the first time round. This is the benefits of going back, I suppose. Oh god, as I completely cock it up. What I was saying was that I think actually just taking your time with the platforming jumping, I think, seems to be the way forward. Oops. Come on, go away. That didn't have the desired effect. I thought that might have blown that door open there, but it hasn't. But yeah, it's this stuff that sort of does drive me a little bit insane, like this now. Like what's going on there? I wonder what those things are. What do you do? missed. Oh, for God's sake. See what I mean? That's 2 lives lost. Straight out. The absolute ridiculousness. It's not very good. Let's say that it's where I think Doom Eternal does fall on its arse. Is moments like that, which I just think are really poor. Really poor.
Are you growing tired, Slayer? We will break your will yet.
Yeah, against weak enemies, that is just crap, really. He should be punching them into oblivion.
fear you. This match is not won yet. Come find me, Slayer. I will be waiting.
All right. Just well, you see, there's the glitch again. By the way, to fix this glitch where the tab key just mysteriously stops working, if you hit the Alt key, you can then tab. But for some reason, the tab key has stopped working now. I don't know whether that's always been this way or whether it's just something that's happened since the update. I don't recall this problem when I played through Doom Eternal earlier last year. I'm just getting a bit of a drink there. Throat was getting a bit dry. So I can only assume that it's something that is a recent issue, or whether it's something to do with the fact that I finished the game previously and it's a glitch that occurs. But the Gave Same glitch is the one that's the big issue for me, because there's no real fix for that other than to keep on playing the game through and wait for the autosave to kick in between levels, which is not, it's not the best. It's not the best thing, to be perfectly honest. I do expect better. For a Doom game, I don't think it should be malfunctioning in that way. And I do think that it should be something that Bethesda does fix, because, if you want people to buy these things, they should be in good working order. And there's no, it's not just me that has this problem. I always check to see whether it's a problem in general, or whether it is just myself that has the issue. Sometimes it can be, especially with PCs, it can be a configuration issue with your PC. It can be something as crazy as a keyboard issue or whatever, and believe me, with this Corsair keyboard, I've definitely had my fair share of keyboard issues. But no, it is a known issue. I checked on the Steam web page, the forums rather, and it is listed on there as an issue that other people have had, and yet Bethesda have done nothing about it, which is disappointing, to be perfectly honest. I don't even understand how I have died there, to be perfectly honest. Really? That has been ridiculous.
The priest has stopped moving. I will lock in signal now.
Yeah, I do have to say it's Doom Eternal is my least favourite of them all, which is, it's weird because it's like there's so many margins between sort of something being awesome and something not being so awesome. And of those fine margins has tipped it from being really good to something that, of the main Doom games, 1 through to the Dark Ages I can't really comment on, but certainly out of Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is unfortunately bottom of that pile. I mean, it's very high standard, it's nothing really to be ashamed of, but judging it on how often I would go back and play these games, Doom Eternal, once I think I've done this playthrough and its DLC, the Ancient Gods DLC, I don't see myself coming back to this very, very often, where Doom 2016 I'm actually playing again in conjunction with this, because I want to try and 100% that game and find all the secrets and so on and do all the challenges in it. I don't really see that with Doom Eternal, unfortunately. It's a great game. There's a lot of good stuff in it, but there's just, to me, it's like it feels more glitchy now than when I played through it about 12 months ago now. It feels more glitchy since this update. Like there, I lost 2 lives very, very quickly, almost as if, almost simultaneously. Now, I'm not saying I'm a great gameplay or anything like that, but I don't think that you should be dying that easily, shall we say. If I hit R to return to campaign, it says here, returning to your campaign will save what you have earned but abandon the currently selected mission, which is, yes, that's what I want to do. Which is, I think it is doing what I hope it would do, because this is the start of this video. This is what was missing from the start of the video.
The final Hellpriest location remains unknown. The demonic consumption of Earth will not be stopped until the last priest and his guardian are destroyed.
Now I'm
We will
confused.
require assistance in order to locate the final Hellpriest. Dr. Hayden can help us with our search. I will calibrate the portal to the Ark's command station.
Right, you see, now I don't really know whether this has jumped ahead. I've got a feeling this has jumped ahead a little bit back to where I'd finished up the campaign, so it may be that I now need to come out and then do another mission. It'll kind of make a bit of sense, but this feels a little bit like I've gone further ahead. I'll have to double check, but we're at the end of this video anyway. But this is the sections that are missing when I select the mission, and I've got a feeling I am going to have to go back and select a mission, because I think from where I'm at here, it's going to miss out a couple of sections, because I haven't. Yeah, it must be, because that wasn't the final Hell Priest from before. I haven't killed him yet, which you do. So yeah, I'll come back to this. We'll have to do this sort of weird jumping around until we sort of pull up to this, till we sync to this. But yeah, I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.